Have you guys ever had a card that you bought for, let's say, $10 and it went up to like $100, $200, and you just feel amazing for buying it at the all-time low of the card? I think everyone loves that feeling. I love that feeling. I've never really had a 10x kind of feeling. I've only been investing in Pokemon cards for 1 to 2 years. My point is here, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna talk about 5 cards that I think that are really, really undervalued at the moment, and I do think that they have the potential of being a lot higher value from what they're selling at today. Let's get into it. Let's start the video and show you these cards. One more thing is that if you enjoy the video, follow my Instagram down here. I'll put a few pictures here. I think they're banger photos. I think I make good content on Instagram, and my Instagram is not growing, so if you guys could go follow there, like this video, and let's get on to the video. Okay, so one of these cards, and this is going to be a very, very hot take, is actually this Mewtwo right here. I know what you're saying. Yes, the set just came out. They're still printing the set. There's still new products coming out with this set. I understand that. But if you look at these cards right here, I don't think that these gold cards, at least the Dialga and the Palkia and the Arceus, I don't think they're going to be top 4 in 5 years out. I think this Mewtwo V-Star is going to be the top card and the top chase card in Crown Zenith. I could be completely wrong. This is just my biased take and this is just my opinion, but I think this Mewtwo has a lot more value than these top 8 cards in my opinion. The Giratina is nice, but the artwork, it's nowhere near the Mewtwo. When I first seen Crown Zenith, the first card that I clicked onto was this Mewtwo V-Star. And I'm sure a lot of collectors out there did the exact same thing. I think this Mewtwo is very, very clean. And with Mewtwo is a very popular Pokemon, Charizard is a very popular Pokemon. If you look, I think this Mewtwo is going to be a top card because it goes with the Charizard promo. I think the Charizard promo is also undervalued, but that's not going to be in today's video. I think the Charizard and the Mewtwo 5 years down the road are going to be cards that are very desirable. That being said, I think this Mewtwo card, yes, it could go down in value. It could. Let's say, for example, it's $100 Canadian right now. It could go to $50, right? But I'm looking at the long-term perspective, and I think this card is going to be $200, $300 at least, and I think it's going to be like an $800 to $700 PSA 10. Of course, all speculation. I know what you're saying. Oh, like these are just random numbers you're throwing out there. Yes, that is true. But I do think that this Mewtwo has value in it because it's not the top card right now. I do think over time that it will become the top card, but we will see, and I'm interested on what you guys have to say. So let me know if you think this Mewtwo is going to be a good deal or a bad deal if you buy it now in the comments. On to the next card. I actually think this card is very undervalued as well. And I know what you're saying, it's the chase card already, and it's also a new set. It is the Machamp V alternate art from Astro Radiance. I think this card is very undervalued. It's only $130, right, in Canadian. I think that's very undervalued. This alternate art, I remember everyone going crazy when it first came out. It's a very, very clean card. Honestly, these first 3 cards, the Palkia, Dialga, and the Machamp, I think are undervalued. And I think they're great buys right now, especially this Machamp. I think this Machamp has good contrast, good coloring. I think it's a very good alternate art in my opinion. It's very creative. I think the PSA 10 is very, very cheap. Of course, it's all my opinion, but we will see where this card goes in the future too. I haven't bought this card yet. I haven't found a good quality raw card yet. If I find the right deal in a PSA 10, of course I would buy it. I do have the Palkia and the Dialga, but this Machamp I am going to invest in it, and I am going to buy around 5 copies of, I think. I don't want to go crazy, you know. I think it's a very good card to invest in right now, and I'm going to be picking it up at $130, $100. Okay, so my next card, this is, honestly, I think this is the best buy right now. Out of all the cards, out of value, I think this is the best card right now, and that card is the Celebi V alternate art from Fusion Strike. Again, I think Fusion Strike is very undervalued in my opinion. I think Fusion Strike will be a good set to invest in, but that's not the point. I think this Celebi card, I don't know how it's 4, 5, 6. I don't know how it's top 7. I don't know how. I think this is cleaner than the Mew V Max, the Mew V, the Mew V Max Rainbow, and the Inteleon. This card, I think it's cleaner than all of those cards. Like, yes, some can say like the Mew V Max is really nice, and it's in person. I've seen it in person. I don't own this card yet, but in person it pops out at you. I love the Mew V Max, but the Celebi V is so much cleaner, and I just think people are sleeping on this card. I think, like, if we just take a look at it, it's just bro, like, it's so clean. Like that big ass tree, like how you kind of see in Avatar, and like it's just like flying away from the tree. It's like magic, like falling away from it. It just looks so good. This artwork is incredible in my opinion, and I think it's so undervalued. Like, this is an easy buy. I think it's like $30, $40 Canadian. I think this is gonna be a $100 card easy. If it's a $100 card, that's almost 3x your money, right? So again, once I see these in like a PSA 10 kind of quality, I'm gonna pick them up. And I haven't invested in this card yet. I've been looking for this card for so many times, but the off-centering is just, it just sucks. But again, I think this card is very, very clean. This card will be top 3. I don't think it's better than Espeon or Gengar, but I think it's a good deal at these prices. So this next card, I think is, again, obviously undervalued, as I'm doing a video on undervalued cards, but it is in the Lost Origin set, and it is this Pikachu V Max, okay? This Pikachu V Max, I hated when it came out. I'm not gonna lie, and I honestly said to myself, I'm not gonna buy it, and I had the opportunity to buy it at $50. Now it sells around for $75. Again, it's not a crazy game, it's only like 50% if you bought it at $50, but again, I think this card is better than the Rotom V and the Aerodactyl V. The Aerodactyl V is a very clean card, but I think this Pikachu, the Pikachu brand has more fans out there than Aerodactyls, in my opinion. And I think this Pikachu artwork, it's very, very clean, and we didn't really get a Pikachu alternate art, if I'm not wrong. We have the Pikachu V Max at Rainbow, but we don't really have a Pikachu alternate art yet. I'm sure that's coming. But again, I think this is a very, very, very clean card, and it's trainer gallery, but it has texture and things like that, and it's rare to pull. I just think it's a very clean card. With a trainer, Ash or Red, in front of Pokemon's main Pokemon, I think it's just set up for success in my opinion. Even buying it at $100, even though it's not valued at $100, even if you buy it at $100, I think you'll at least make 2x your money in this Pikachu. This Pikachu is very investable in my opinion. I think it's very undervalued right now. I do see this card in like 5 years out when Lost Origin is nowhere near in print. I think this card is going to be second to Giratina. That's just my opinion. Of course, like, it could be a hot take, but this card is a very clean card, and I think people are sleeping on it even at these prices. I think it's going to be an expensive card in the future. I think 5 years out, people are going to want this card in their collection. Last card on the list, and this is a very hot take as well. I'm taking a little bit more risk saying what to invest in right now. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. This is just my opinion, but I'm taking more risk in the cards that I'm putting out on the video is because I don't want to just be basic and say invest in Evolving Skies alternate arts like the Umbreon, the Rayquaza, invest in like the Giratina, invest in like the Lugia, invest in like the Charizard from Brilliant Stars. Like, no, like I don't want to kind of make that video easy, and I'm sure you guys already know all of that, right? So I'm trying to make it a little bit more harder to find undervalued cards, and I think these are my top cards. So the last card on this list is this Gardevoir EX. I know what you're saying. It's not that great of an artwork. It's easy to pull this card. Understandable, and you are right. But if you look at the top cards in Scarlet and Violet, I think that this Scarlet and Violet, I think this Gardevoir is going to be the top chase card in this card. It's not going to be like crazy chase card. It's not going to be a $300 card in my opinion. But I think it has value where these two cards are going to go down, or this card's gonna go up and these are gonna go down. Because if we look at the set, there's not much to want to have in your collection. I like this Great Tusk, in my opinion. I think it's undervalued as well. Like, this is not a chase card. This is not a chase card, in my opinion. This won't be a chase card. I think the Caitlyn from Chilling Reign is a better card. The Gyarados, all of these cards are not chase cards. In 5 years, I'm not gonna want these in my collection. They're not gonna be expensive cards. This Miriam, it's a nice card, but it's not gonna be a chase card 5 years down the road, right? This card, it's not really a chase card of mine either. Like, it's not like a Lugia or like a Charizard. Like, the artwork is good. It has a story behind it, but it's easy to pull. But I think it's cleaner than all of these 8 cards in my opinion, and that's why I think that this card will go up in value. It will be the top card in Scarlet and Violet. Yes, I made some hot takes about like this Gardevoir, about the Machamp. It is a little bit more risky investing in those. I think those 5 cards I think are very undervalued. I'm interested in what you guys have to say about those cards. All those cards I love, and I do plan on investing in those cards. So leave a like and let me know in the comments what you thought about the video, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.